According to Nirad Chaudhuri, Indians worship money and consider it to be sacred. So they connect money to religion. That is why they have goddess Lakshmi and Ganesha in their homes and shops. This is where we stopped in the previous part. So let us continue. Chaudhuri continues to say that the Englishmen have a careless attitude towards money. Okay, he says that India is the only country in the world where economists are highly regarded or highly looked up, and that India has become a paradise for economists from all parts of the world. Okay, this is what he thinks. He continues to say that ever since the Rig Veda age, academic gods have existed in India and they will continue to have them. Okay, this will not stop. Just as the sick people in the hospital depend on the priest and the astrologer to cure them, and not only the doctors, he says we all call upon the gods to make them prosperous. Right? Now, when someone is sick, we don't just depend on doctors, right? We also call upon gods or pastors or priests to help them. So, even in our day to day life, in order to make us prosperous or in order to gain wealth, we call upon gods. This is what he says. So, the first difference between the Englishmen and the Indians when it comes to money is from the religious perspective. The Indians connect religion to money, whereas the Englishmen do not. The author tried another approach by watching their secular behavior. Okay, now that he is done with their religious behavior, he looks to their secular, their day to day life. He says it is not a lie that money is important and that we have to make money. I think this is a true fact, right? Money is important. We have to make money. He says this is not a lie. He also says that money making business or money making process can be seen easily in our country. He finds the English society very modest in the way they treat money and in the way they spend money. He tells of how there is smoothness with monetary transaction in England, and England appeared to be a country of easy money. Everybody was not only expected to pay their dues on time and regularly, but they did pay on time and regularly, unlike the Indians. He says that Indian people find it very difficult to pay their debts. The more they earn, the more, stingy they become, he says. He was shocked to learn how Englishmen easily gave away money and trusted people even whom they don't know. So, this is another difference between the Indians and the English people. Okay, they easily trusted people with money, even if they don't know the person. He narrates a few incidents that he went through in England when it comes to money. Firstly, he tells of his experience he had when he went to the banks. Okay, he said he had recently arrived in London and he had gone to the bank to present his first check. Now the clerk looked at it, pulled out a drawer, and immediately gave him the money. He said he was so shocked. He even asked them if they needed to verify or prove or check first, since they did not know him. But the clerk only smiled, and the lady who stood next to him said that they don't do such thing in England. So this is one incident he experienced, which proves that people in England easily gave away money even to people whom they don't know. They trusted people, okay, which is not something that was common in India. In India, people don't trust people, especially when it comes to money. Nirad Chaudhuri narrates another incident he experienced. He said, as soon as he arrived in London, his friend from the BBC took out some money from his pocket and gave it to him. Why did he give it to him? His friend gave it to him so he can spend it for the first few days in London. He was surprised that he was handed the money without any formality. He also said that the public departments gave him half his salary in advance, even before he could do his job. The author says how he was amazed at the fact that the Englishman easily trusted people with money. He says even in shops, things were the same. One day he had gone to buy some silver but found out that he did not have enough money to buy it with cash. So he gave a check to the owner of the shop, telling her to send the item he had bought after the check had been cashed. But instead, what happened? She gave him the goods that he had bought at that moment itself. He was surprised that she trusted him even though he was an unknown customer. He found banks and shops so trustful and that commercial honesty existed in England, unlike India.